Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. We are moving backwards through the alphabet, and at long last, well, we've gotten the shelf there filled, and we're on this one. And you can see down here, there's stuff. We have gotten to Tchaikovsky. Now, Tchaikovsky is like almost more than half a bin here. Here's Tchaikovsky. Where is it? Yeah, I'll show it to you. Oh, there's like Tchaikovsky. There's lots of Tchaikovsky. There's more than that. And so, and you already know, since we've done a million Tchaikovsky videos, how much Tchaikovsky I already have in the main collection. So this is going to take a while. It's going to be a project. In fact, it's going to be a multi-part series because I could sit here for like 2 hours and drone on endlessly just listing things, which, the thought of it bores me. I hope it bores you equally. So we're going to do a batch at a time. And batch number one, because these are in no particular order, I don't put anything in the Overflow room in order because it makes me look at what I have. I know things are there, but I have to find them. And then I see other things that I forgot about. It's really actually a very, very good way to keep, turning over your collection and paying attention to it, because otherwise, who cares? No one's going to know. So here we go. First pile of stuff. Well, here's a lovely EMI 2 CD set containing Tchaikovsky's first piano concerto, and the second piano concerto, and the third piano concerto. Yes, all with Emil Gilels and the New Philharmonia. The second concerto is cut version. But that's all right. And the third piano concerto, of course, Tchaikovsky never wrote. It's only one movement that was assembled after his death. And you also get, because it's a twofer, the Prokofiev Fifth with Richter and Mazel. Of course, the famous fifth is the other one on Deutsche Grammophon. I think it's with Rovitsky conducting or someone like that. And then the Bartók Piano Concerto number 2 with Richter and the Orchestra de Paris and Lauren Mazel. Curious set of performances that a lot of people never paid attention to. But that's why they're in the Overflow room. Oh, Klemperer, one of those intermediate Klemperer edition releases, of which there were billions of them. The Klemperer Legacy, these were individual CD things before big boxes were on the horizon. And we've got the Pathetique Symphony, which is not great, and Schumann 4, which is terrific, with the Philharmonia. Yeah, okay. Swan Lake with Ozawa. This is a great Swan Lake. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I remember when this came out and people, were very, very surprised at just how good it was. But, remember, the Boston Symphony was Koussevitzky's orchestra. They knew their Russian stuff, number one. And number two, there was a very elegant, polished ensemble. They're wonderful for playing dance music. They had all of the French experience after the Russian experience with Monteux and Charles Munch, and the Tchaikovsky ballet tradition is essentially French. So, yeah, they sound just great. It's a wonderful Swan Lake, and I love it. I listen to it now still. Sleeping Beauty with Pletnev. Well, Pletnev's Tchaikovsky was always a little bit, you never knew. It could be glacially dull and boring, or it could be quite wonderful. But what it always was, I have to say, was balletic. Remember when he did the Pathetique on Virgin? I think that's in there somewhere, maybe. It was also a very balletic performance, and this is that. It's nicely played, and it's quite lovely. So, you need to have more Sleeping Beauties. Oh, yeah, here's another one. Gergiev, the Kirov Orchestra of St. Petersburg, Mariinsky Theater, St. Petersburg. They really needed to get their names straight, I think, Another very good Sleeping Beauty, although it is not a fabulous recording sonically. My very, very good friend, Victor Carr, who reviews for ClassicsToday.com, I remember when he first heard this, he said, the sound could be better. And he's right. He's always right about those things, and he really knows his Tchaikovsky ballets. So we're putting those away. There they go. Next batch. Okay, Sleeping Beauty. Can't have too many Sleeping Beauties. Royal Concertgebouw Orchestra under Antal Dorati. Wonderful performance, absolutely wonderful. Big and gutsy with great playing and very nicely recorded. And here's the Dorati Nutcracker which is legendary, and it comes with a serenade for strings. It's absolutely fabulous Nutcracker, one of the great early complete recordings of the Nutcracker. Tchaikovsky Symphony No. 5 of the Capriccio Italienne with Zell in Cleveland. This must be, yes, it's a Japanese, part of the Japanese Zell edition. See the Japanese stuff on the bottom. I got this because it was really hard to find for a long time in the United States, and it's a knockout Tchaikovsky 5. And then we've got the 3 ballets with Previn and the London Symphony. Now, these, of course, got a lot of play from the gramophone people. They were always into it and pushing these things like crazy. And I always felt, frankly, that they were just a little bit under-characterized. And I still feel that way about them. There are better Tchaikovsky ballet versions, but again, it was all about competition, what you could find, back in the day. And what you could find sometimes was just marvelous, and sometimes there just wasn't a lot of competition. And so the people who yelled the loudest got the most attention. And Previn was on a major label, and he had the British press trumpeting his achievements to the English-speaking world, and those achievements were considerable. I'm not downplaying or denigrating him, but there were better available, or there are now, for sure. Absolutely. So let's see, what else? Let's do another handful, because here's a fun little box. This one is kind of kicky. This is on the Royal Classics. This was like a super budgie label that licensed stuff from various places. D Classics, Disky. Yeah, Disky. It was Disky. I remember Disky. And we have Barbaroli's Tchaikovsky. Now, this is, of course, all in the Giganto Barbaroli box, right? You got Tchaikovsky 4, 5, and 6, Romeo and Juliet, the Serenade for strings, the March Slav, the Andante Cantabile from String Quartet No. 1. Now, most of this stuff, with the exception of the Serenade, which is with the London Symphony, is with Halle. And Halle, as we know, was never one of the world's great ensembles when Barbaroli had them. He was dedicated to them. He loved them. They loved him. They were tremendously loyal, but they were scrappy and scruffy. And these are old recordings, too. I enjoy them. I still have them. I have the Barbaroli box, too. So I don't really need to keep this stuff. But there it is. They are exciting and ragged performances of these works, but they have character. They have charm. They aren't boring. And that says something, I guess. That's why they go into the overflow room. So that's the beginning of Tchaikovsky. I don't know how many more of these things we're going to be able to do. There might be 10 of them. Who knows? This may be a long series. But keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Let me know if you have any of these things and what you still think of them. If you do, take care.